the text this morning, something happens to this young man who is in heaven. And he makes a decision to leave Jerusalem to go down the windy, crooked, dangerous streets of Jericho, where there are thieves waiting in the cut. I'm going to preach this today. I want you to understand that there's always people waiting in the cut for you. So when you get in trouble, they can say, see. I said I'm going to preach this. I'm encouraging myself right now. Waiting in the cut, Jericho. I've had the privilege of going to Jerusalem, and I've walked the streets of Jericho. I've ridden down the windy streets of Jericho by the cliffs where you can look. It looks like you're getting ready to go over, and there's always a truck coming in, a motorcycle coming, and it's just a little narrow street. And you can see all the little cracks and crevices and little caves where folks hide out at. Much is said about this road. I think it is David who writes about it when he says, yea, though I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil. He talks about the shadows of death, because in a full moon, when folks who were passing by on the Jericho road, the thieves would jump out and ambush them. But if it was a full moon, you could see the shadows being projected on the walls. And it was streets that went down, descended and ascended. And so here's a man who is coming down from Jerusalem. Notice the condescending of the text. He's coming down from a high place, going into a low place, and he trips and he falls amongst thieves, who strips him of his raiment and bruises him and wounds him to the point that he now doesn't know who he is, and he doesn't know who to trust. He's delirious. His whole world has changed. He's kind. He has a kind heart. After all, he came from heaven. He knows nothing about the goings-ons of the world. He is on an evangelistic or a missionary journey to find out that the people that he would reach out to are the ones that wants to kill him. Down from Jerusalem into Jericho, falls amongst thieves, who strips him of his garment, takes what he has, strips him of his garment, and wounds him. The wounds are deep, and leaves him half dead. One of the greatest problems that we're having in the church is we're fellowshipping with people who've been stripped of their raiment, so they no longer know who they are. They're waiting to be the next somebody when they haven't tried out being the first them. Ask your neighbor this question: who are you? Yeah, come on, talk to the neighbor and ask the neighbor, so who are you? Who are you? Every time you receive a prophecy, you're going to be the next T.D. Jakes, you're going to be next to Juanita Bynum. How about trying out being the first you? You are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is some DNA in you that no one else has, and when God gets ready to fling you into your place called success, nobody's going to be able to handle you. The garment that you're wearing doesn't fit you. It's not a good look for you, so shake it and be you. Strips him of his raiment and wounds him, leaving him half dead. I remember coming out of the pulpit a few years ago. A sister came to me and she said, I need to speak to you now. So walk with me. I was finishing preaching. I was going to the office. She came into the office. She was upset. She's huffing and puffing. And she says, the Lord says my season is up here. And so I said, oh, okay. And she said, that's all you're going to say? I said, well, that's all I can say. I can't give second opinions on God. When God speaks, and whatever God says is final. So I'm not going to never give a second opinion on God. If the Lord said that to you, don't ask nobody what you think. Now, if you think it, then you go and give a second opinion. But if God said it, that's it. You know, and so I said, you know, that's it. And she says, well, my season is up. He said, season up. So I turned. Now I'm getting in the flesh. I'm mad. She transferred the spirit that was on her on me. And so I turned around, as nasty as she said it to me, I said it back to her, when did your season start? She said, oh, it's like that. I said, yeah, it's like that. Now, either you're going to tell me what the real problem is or go on about your business. She said to me, there is a young girl on the choir, and she's pregnant, and she's not married. And I said, okay. Y'all don't want me to preach. I'm going to preach anyway. I said, okay. And she said, and you know about it. I said, there's not much I don't know about around here. She said, I just can't live like this. So I grabbed her by the hand and I said, I apologize to you, but let me pray for you. I said, I want you to know something else. The girl that you're talking about got saved like that. And she's dealing with a crack situation, and she's carrying an infant, but she can sing. And I happen to know that her gift is entwined with her salvation. And so if I strip her of her singing, I can backslide her without her permission. And I don't feel like going around backsliding people. Can I preach in the house today? What would happen if there was a physical mark on every single person that sinned? What would happen if those of you who gossip, your tongue would swell up in your mouth? What would happen if you gossip, your head would swell? A whole lot of you be in here just like this. What would happen if every person who committed adultery or fornication, if you went outside, your car wouldn't start up? Your car better start up today, because if it don't, somebody go walk by and say, fornicator. Down from Jerusalem into Jericho and falls amongst thieves who've been waiting in the cut for you. The hell that you haven't ain't coming from enemies, it's coming from frenemies. An enemy can't get close enough to me to inflict the type of wounds that a used-to-be friend could. I left my office after Sunday. Tuesday night I returned to preach. I'm in the pulpit and I look down and she's sitting over about 5 rows back in the corner. So now I was messing with my sermon. But she told me her time was up and she's still there. So now I'm wrestling within myself to preach on her because I can preach on her. But I'm too disciplined of a preacher to do it. When I finish, I start walking out, and she comes to me, Bishop, I need to speak to you. And I said, well, come on, walk with me. Now, the only reason why I wanted to walk with me because I want to find out, when is your season up? I mean, is it a 2-week notice or whatever? Let me know. So we get up in the office, and she started huffing and puffing. And I said, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. She said, I went home, and my daughter came and spoke to me, and my daughter's pregnant. I said, no, she's sitting on the choir. And she said, she's going to leave the church, and I don't want to leave the church. Okay. You want me to fling her out, but you want me to protect yours. Did you ask God to reinstate your season? Can I preach this? Nobody gets mad.